Welcome everyone to the Cat's Meowth and a featured Friday video. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the few cards whose art was banned from being printed in the US, Moo Moo Milk. The card with the banned art was first printed in the Japanese Neo Gold Silver to a New World set, which is the equivalent of the English Neo Genesis. It shows eccentric nursing on a cow, which I personally find hilarious. Why is there a normal cow in the Pokemon universe? Why not have it be a Miltank, a Pokemon that was part of the new generation introduced in this first Neo set? It appears that the farmer is holding the cow, so this is either a mini cow or a giant human. And then there's the anatomy of the cow. If these are supposed to be the legs, why are they on the opposite side as the udder? Now, if this is supposed to be the head, where are the legs? The illustrator is Tomokazu Kamiya, if I'm saying that right, and he also did the art for the reprint of the Moo Moo Milk, the next Moo Moo Milk, I should say. While the banned art is very entertaining, the new art just makes more sense. You have a barn full of milk jugs, you have Miltank's head on the milk jugs, and it just makes logical sense. However, the reason for the ban is pretty obvious. Those in charge of printing the English set thought that the art was not appropriate for American kids. Now, this did not appear to be an issue in Japan. I couldn't find anything reporting any outraged Japanese parents or anything that would lead up to the ban in America. But we have to remember that America is a bit different from the rest of the world when it comes to issues like this. It's quite acceptable in many other countries, but public breastfeeding in the US is often looked down upon, and it's not uncommon for mothers to be abused by strangers if they're seen breastfeeding in public. The reasoning of those strangers is the same as the reasoning behind this ban. It's inappropriate for children to see. Honestly, if our children were exposed to more natural acts when they're young, maybe they wouldn't overreact as adults. But that's just my opinion. So after the card art was changed, Japan decided to follow with their future Moo Moo Milk reprints. This updated art was featured in the BS set and also in a I believe it was a half deck for the EX series. Now that was then reprinted into our English Expedition set, so we've got quite a few Moo Moo Milks running around. The card was reprinted again for Heart Gold Soul Silver, but this time they featured a completely different art, and I really wish that they had just stuck to this one, because this one really doesn't make any sense either. The face on the milk jug is a normal cow, does not look like a Miltank at all. Why not have a Miltank? But oh well. The banned art version is worth about $3 to $5, which is fairly impressive considering that these other trainers are worth less than 50 cents. So while, and even the VS series Moo Moo Milk, it's only worth about $1. I actually decided to feature this card after finding a few of these spares in a binder that I had misplaced. So if I do have, I believe, 2 more of these if anyone is interested in them. And I thought it might be a good opportunity to see if people would like to add this very interesting and fairly difficult card to find in their own collection. So I hope everyone has enjoyed this week's Featured Friday, and we'll stay tuned for another card next week.